Hi everyone, Paul and Tester Scale Modeler. Today I've got a review of Dragon's 1/35 scale Black Label M103, the A1. It's the last of the US heavy tanks, I believe, before they started using the main battle tanks. The Black Labels aren't available in the UK yet. From what I've read online, the Black Label is basically, it's an independent branding of Dragon and Cyber Hobby that they're marketing separately. I have no idea why, but apparently you're getting cheaper kits and better kits for the price. Not sure that's going to work out, because we'll see when these are released in the UK. I think it's May for this one, what the RRP is going to be, but I think they're going to be around the normal Dragon price, so I'm not sure what's going on there. A bit of a strange one, but there's not much information out there at the minute. That's all I can find, and it's literally that it's a separate incarnation of Dragon and Cyber Hobby, offering kits of better value. But like I say, being in the UK, we may not see that value, but we'll soon see. There's currently 3 Black Label kits. One's due for release this month, April, and I just grabbed my notes, and that's the MBT-70, the KPZ-70, and then in June, I think it was June, there's the M103A1 Heavy Tank. So they're due out soon. I'll talk about those a little bit when we go to the review. And this one is due out in the UK in May, so it's probably a few months along for each one before they get over here. But like I said, I found, so there's a Hobby Link Japan order along with another friend's order. Thank you, Matthew, that was great. I didn't get any custom charges or postage charges, so it was awesome, and I paid £35 for it. Like I said, when it comes to the UK, I think it's going to be the normal £45, possibly more the Dragon charge for their, you know, high-end decent kits. What I've seen in the kit, it looks absolutely superb. I'm looking forward to reviewing it. I'm looking forward to building it as well. So we'll head over to the bench and we'll get started with the review. Okay, so over on the bench now. Like I said before on the intro, I couldn't look at my MacBook, which has got the information on. I was going by my memory. So if I read off exactly what Dragon is saying about these Black Label kits. What is Black Label? It's a whole new line being marketed independently of Dragon and Cyber Hobby kits. The result would be reduced prices for big items in this new line. So that's all the information I can find on them right now. It's quite vague. So I'm assuming they're saying that, you know, you're getting a top-end kit cheaper than it would be if it was normal Dragon or Cyber Hobby. Like I say, this comes out in May, so I will be interested to see what cost it's going to be in the UK, but I'll put money on it literally being around the £40–45 mark, which is what most Dragon kits are anyway. It looks an awesome kit, don't get me wrong, it does look stunning, and I think it's the only variant of this actual tank you can actually buy. So you're not going wrong by buying it. Just quite vague information, quite strange why they're doing that, I don't know. But anyway, the M103, like I said in the intro, supposedly one of the last heavy tanks before the main battle tanks came along. I think it's from 57, look at my notes again, 57 to 74, yeah. I don't think I've actually seen any real action as such, but like somebody else said on another website I looked at it, that it's not actually just a prototype, it was an actual in-service tank. It's an awesome looking tank. That's what drew me to it. It was the CAD drawings that drew me to it. They're actually on the side somewhere. There we go, those ones there. that drew me to it. And I saw, you know, the actual built up pictures Dragon do, and that's what drew me to it. On the back you've got your normal Dragon CAD drawings showing what you get. So you get the DS tracks, tools, all the turrets with the appropriate shape and the cast texture, the hull with the cast texture as well, and the upper hull with the correct shape. Nice to see the lower hull getting the correct shape. We'll get to that in a little bit. So that runs through and over everything you get. You've got a couple of the decal schemes just there. Not there's many decals in there, but it gives you a few variations. And then on the side you've got those CAD drawings I showed you before. Now, like I said, I paid £35 for this from Hobbylink Japan. Somebody was ordering stuff from there, Matthew, like I said, made cheers for that, it was appreciated. And it was basically, did I want anything, put it in, didn't cost me any customs or postage, and I paid £35 as well. While I mention it as well, the box art I think is fantastic. That's one of the best Dragon box art I've seen. Very impressed by that, real nice rendition of it, and it's great, really really nice. So there's that. So if I make a little bit of room, we'll get some of these sprues out. We'll plonk them all to one side and we'll go through them one by one, including all the correction sheets, which is bound to be in here because it's a brand new kit. Yeah, looks like we've got a correction sheet, a little bit of PE, tow cable, etc, etc. So we'll pop on that to one side. We'll go for the instruction book last, as I like to do. We'll wing it. I know nothing, and I mean virtually nothing about US armour. I've literally just recently added a few Shermans to my stash. I'm looking forward to trying them out. So if I get anything wrong, please crack me in the YouTube comments. Don't be flaming me. Like I said, I don't know much about it, but I'll try the best I can. Now, what I've read about the kits, because I do a little bit of research on them, not necessarily on the kits, on the tanks, because like I said, I don't know much about them. So I've got a screen open behind me with just all the information on the M103. I spent the last week on the 109 by accident, which caused great confusion on Skype with Sebastian, who causes confusion with himself. But yeah, I haven't gone at 109 all week. Now, what I've read is everything in the box is completely new tooled, bar the wheels, which is this little lot here. I believe these come from, don't quote me on it, it's the M48, I might be wrong. So that's the only older part of the kit. It was criticised a little bit for not being very well detailed, but the rest of it is a whole new tooling. So, we'll start on some bits. Like I said, not sure we've got 100%, but we'll wing it as well as we can. So we've got the mantlet. We've already got a broken part, which is a great start. Just what I want, but that can be fixed. Just a couple of antennas anyway. We've got the mantlet with cast texture. It has been criticised when having a mantlet cover, but I'm sure somebody aftermarket will bring one out at some point. And if you're that desperate and you're clever enough, you can more than likely make your own as well. So the mantlet, it's got nice detail in it, nice cast texture. Can't fault that at all. You got the ring coming behind the the turret. Again, no flash on there. Yes, I said flash. No problems at all. Nice single piece moulded barrel, slide moulded, which you know most companies should be doing nowadays. I'm assuming this is part of the turret itself. A few jerry cans, a couple of hatches. Nice detail on there. Again, jerry cans, not bad at all. Texture, I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see the cast texture on there. It's not too overdone, it's a little bit deep in places, but it looks well, looks the part. Like I say, no problem with any of those parts. The mantlet again as well, I might as well show you how it was zoomed in. Really, really nice. No problems. Like I said, I've got a broken antenna there, but I'll more than likely replace those with a bit of styrene rod. And the barrel, really can't beat slide moulded barrels. They look absolutely superb. Stays glued together, mucking about with all that malarkey. Onto this one, we've got some 30 cals. So 30 cals are there, and a 50 cal at the bottom. Got a couple of ammo boxes, ammo lids, tools. The tools are really nice. A little bit of flash there on that one though, on the pickaxe at the top, just behind my fingers. A little bit of flash there. Shovel's nice. Pickaxe head, again, nice little touch. Just there. Various other tools, axe, running gear I'm assuming that is, because there's loads of them, and again ammo boxes. Now the 30 cals, they're not the nicest. I've got Tammy's Tyran 5 there, and the 30 cal and the 50 cal on that are really well detailed. They're not too bad. If I can come in so you guys can see, the detail's a little bit vague on the barrel shrouds, so not the greatest. The 50 cal again does have some nice detail on like the receiver. All along here is rather nice. And then we've got what looks to be almost like radio gear and what have you. Wherever it is, I don't know. But again, no problem. There's a little bit of flash on all the tools, but it's not the end of the world. You can soon whip it off. It's not the entire thing's covered in flash. Right. I'm just going to grab these sprues as we get to them. Not doing any particular order. I'll zoom us back out. So road wheels, now what I read online, these are the only parts that come from an existing kit. And as you can see, we've got 3 identical sprues. So certainly a lot of cleanup required there, as you can see. Now these have been criticised for being rather vague. Don't look too bad to me, to be fair. So you've got 2 pieces on each one. I'm assuming it's a rubber road wheel. I can refer back to the box art. They are rubber road wheels. So you've got the steel centre and the rubber part on top. So a little bit of cleanup required. Suspension components, towing eyes, towing hooks, idler arms, etc, etc. No problems there. They have been criticised for being a bit vague. I'll zoom you guys in so you can see. It's not that bad. I've seen a lot worse. It's not too bad at all. We go to the top ones. Get you to focus. There we go. It's not too bad at all. I've seen a lot worse in the past. All depends what your opinion of vague is, but to me they don't look too bad at all. If I go through all the parts rather close up. No problems there. There's quite a lot of cleanup required, quite a lot of parts. There's 3 sprues of this. Exactly how many you're going to use, I don't know. I have to sit there and count the road wheels. 2, 4, 6, 7 is it? 2, 4, 7 on each side, plus an idler and a sprocket, so quite a bit of cleanup there required. A little lower and upper hull. We'll start with these, which are your mudguardy type parts on the side of the hull, and again no problems there. Nicely detailed, all nice and crisp. No problem with the parts, no bearing, no flash. Even down to the smallest parts, like these guys right here. I can't see any problem there at all. So again, well made, well defined parts, well moulded. There's even a slight cast texture to those as well. So no complaints yet. That's all. I've always got a complaint about kits, as you not know. Let's see how it goes. A little bit of vague detail on the MGs, but that's not the end of the world. Now we've got the upper hull, which that texture's very nice, and the lower hull as well underneath, which again the cast texture is really nice. Might be a bit heavy, but by the time you get a coat of primer on, coat of paint and weathering products, you're going to lose a little bit of that detail. I know, I'll zoom you in so you can see. We start on the lower hull. So you can see there a lot of nice detail. Like I said, maybe the texture is a little bit too heavy in places, but by the time you paint it up, primer it, weather it, you're going to lose a little bit of that detail. I'm just going to bring the camera back a little bit. There we go. You're going to lose a little bit of that detail anyway, so it's not the end of the world. But quite nice to see the lower hull getting plenty of detail in it as well. Because you know, it's often the part some people don't even bother painting. So to get the option, you can do the whole hog, and if somebody wants to pick your model up, especially if it's in a model show, which they shouldn't be. You've got all the detail underneath, so again, no problem there. It's really nice. Like I said, maybe a bit heavy, but certainly no problems there at all. So far impressed. So we've got the turret. Got a bit of excess sprue and flash there on the actual turret, not attached to it. So there's an actual problem, but it was just knocking about. Bit of a shame that they decided to do this with the sprue gate, but I suppose it's got to get in there somehow. To be fair, it's moulded underneath, as you can see. If I zoom in so you can have a look. So clean up is pretty easy. It's not like it's moulded onto the actual side. So I like it when parts are moulded. Do snip them off from this side, cut it away, and you're done. Cast texture again is rather nice. There's no availability to having this open. Obviously you've got the main hatch there, so you are quite restricted on what you're going to be able to do there, but again, that detail's always going to hold a wash really nice. There's a lot of details to show on it. I quite like that that cast texture. I think it's rather nice. Like I said, it would be nice to have the option of having this open. But again, it's a smart kit. Dragon smart kits, they're made to be easier to build for the builder rather than being a complex build. If you get a Dragon Tiger kit, you'll be at that for at least 2-3 days if you work on it non-stop. These kits are supposedly able to be built a lot quicker, but being a Dragon kit, they're still fairly complex, and the instructions deserve an extra half hour or so read so you can get used to them. Now, what have we got here? We've got more side plates. I'm taking that there, the underneath part. Numerous other parts which I have absolutely no idea, but we've got some nice detail there. So the texture there is really nice, the casting's really nice. Those what's the word? Handles, fold over handles are really good. They look almost real. They are very well detailed. Various storage boxes, more of the, I'm assuming the lift up covers. Again, toolboxes, the tow cable, hooks and eyes. They're quite nicely done as well. Exhaust. Can't put the exhaust for the whole vehicle because that's tiny. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Again, like I said, I don't know much about the vehicle, but no problems there. It's all very well made. I'll zoom in a second so we can get in closer. You can see everything, but no problems there at all. Everything's nicely detailed. I'll just go through the whole sprue for you slowly. All the small parts are well made. There's no bearing, no flash, no problems at all. Like I say, you got both those parts out. These pull handles on. I can get it to focus for you. There we go. They are really nicely detailed. So you're going to look nice once they're weathered up with a wash in, various effects and what have you. You're going to, it's going to make a nicely detailed tank. That's for sure. Again, we got what look like suspension components, hatch cover. Really hard looking at the kit when you haven't got a clue what the parts are. But all I can say is everything's crisply moulded, really crisply moulded. The whole kit is. It's certainly top drawer. Not a hint of flash, nor a hint of bearing marks. Not a thing anywhere on there at all. It's a top quality kit. Like I say, once it hits the UK shores, it may well have a top quality price tag as well. Right, we'll go through, there's a couple more parts here. We've got part of, I'm assuming that's a road wheel, sprocket from the front, and again, no problems, all crisply done, nice detailing in there, and again, once weathered up, all these little recesses and panels and what have you, they're going to add real interest to the model itself. Dragon's DS tracks, the Dragon styrene. Now, from the box art, the idler wheels don't show any sag whatsoever. Whether that's true or not, if that is true, then these are going to be fine. Getting sag on these can be a bit of a hit and miss problem with super glue. cocktail sticks, pins, whatever way you try and do it, so it can be a problem. They're nicely detailed. The track's very prominent. I'm not going to take them out, there's no point. The track pattern's very prominent. Once these are weathered up, they're going to look real nice. And there's also a couple of poly caps in there as well. Like I say, there is no sag on the kit. You're fine with these. These are going to look great. And from what I can see on the box art, there is no sag on those tracks whatsoever. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they're going to be fine. Now, my box on the side says I've got a free bonus figure, which, if I grab the instructions, is this chap, and I'll zoom in so you can see. So I've got this guy here. So you've got your painting instructions there, assembly instructions, got a bit of photo etch, which I'm assuming is for his helmet. I'm not sure. We'll get to the photo etch in a minute with all the instructions. But here's the figure, there's the back of him, and there's the front. Now a bit of a seam down the middle, not a massive one. Not like it's your typical Tamiya figure. A quick over with one of our thinny sponges and you'll soon take care of that. I don't know if you can see it on the side. There you go. You can just see it run down his body. Obviously there's got to be a seam somewhere. And that's where it is, just there. And I appear to be bleeding from somewhere. No I don't. It's a piece of red plastic. No idea where that's come from, but anyway, I thought it was bleeding for a second. Now his face, quite impressed with the detail on his face. For a dragon figure, which they have proved remarkably over the past few years, I think he's got quite a lot of nice detail, as too is the actual torso itself, painted up, washed, weathered, and etc. And the arms, pistol, you've got your goggles, pouches, and even the holster looks rather nice as well, if I can get to focus. So again, I don't know if all the kits are going to get this. It says on the side of my box, free figure, so it might only be for my kit. If it is, well, it's tough. I got a free figure. And that's it. So they're all the actual kit parts from the kit itself. Like I said before, there's two other black label kits out there. You should probably get through all the instructions, what have you. There's the MBT 70, the KPZ 70, which was a it was a German-US partnership, and from that came the Abrams and the Leopard 2. And then coming in June, that one's shot in April this month, and coming in June is the M103A1 the Heavy Tank. I don't know anything about it myself. I had a quick look, and to me it just looks like a Sherman on steroids. And it was around the early 40s, I think it was 41 it was developed as a heavy tank. I don't think I've seen any action at all, but there it is. It looks interesting, and that's where it's going to be. Now again, I'm not going to open this up. There's no point getting parts out of it, I don't need to. Basically in there you've got several unit markings, stars, a load of numbers just there, I'll zoom so you can see. A load of numbers there for all different unit markings. You've got photo etch. There's nothing really, you know, prominent in there. It's just photo etch actual kit and your metal Toro cable. So there you go. There's your decals. There are quite a lot on there for a tank. You know, we get, you know, not even half a dozen. There's a good probably 20 decals in there. So that's good to get. There's a little bit of photo etch for the figure, which again, if you don't get the figure, you're not going to get that. So don't be alarmed if it's not in there. You get the figure painting and assembly guide, and then we've got the, what I'm assuming is an amendment to the instructions. So it's basically on the front sprocket, assembling this, part locations, and then attaching it to the actual tank and putting the tracks on. So it's for steps 1, 8, 17. Obviously later kits, by the time they go over the UK, this is probably amended in the instructions, but mine's got that anyway. So if you get one, yours hasn't got that, double check that it looks like mine. I hold it there a few seconds for you. And if not, ask me and I'll photocopy a copy of this if you need it at all. But there you go. So that's that. On to the instructions, which often Dragon's weak point. They're rather big, so I'm going to zoom us out. Right the way out. They're taller rather than shorter and wide. So front cover, you've got your sprue call out. You've got the copy of the box art again. Sprue call out with everything in blue which isn't used, so it's quite a lot of parts there, as you can see. So I can see what they've done now. Whereas I thought we had 2 of these aren't used, so it's just that entire sprue for literally probably 8 parts. Same on this one, etc. So yeah, there's a few parts not used. So as usual with Dragon, my god, there's a lot of parts not used there. So the 30 cals aren't used, just literally the 50 cal. So you're going to get a lot of spares. Typical Dragon, a hell of a lot of spares. It's probably a third of the kit not used there, typically. That's it. So like I say, always typical Dragon, you're going to get loads of spares. Not booklet, it's literally pamphlet style, which folds right out and can be a bit annoying. Top of it, you've got your normal safety instructions. Don't cut your fingers off, you know, don't be sticking parts in your eyes and get paper cuts on your tongue off the instructions, etc. Colour callouts are in Mr. Hobby, Mr. Colour and Model Master Colour as well. Only calls out for literally 4 colours for the whole lot. You got H12, H18, H37, H304, which is also converted into Mr. Hobby Colour, aqueous colour I assume, H33, H28, H43 and H304. So you got black steel, sorry, flat black, steel, wood brown and olive drab. So the 4 colours in the whole kit. I think we're using a lot more than that, but that's what it calls out. Typical Dragon instructions, you need to be on the ball and keep an eye on what you're doing here. They can be quite confusing. Once you put a few Dragon kits together, you soon get used to them, and you soon get used to going a step ahead, looking at something that doesn't look like mine, going back and seeing that it says, oh right, make 5 of those and stick them there rather than doing 1 and moving on. Or switching and changing parts, which quite often it will do. Like here, you've got the option to keep it open or closed. It'll often do that with different parts if there's different parts in the kit, especially if it's a 3-in-1 or a 2-in-1 kit. So, you know, you may hear people slate Dragon instructions. They are a little bit difficult to follow. Once you've built 1 or 2 of the kits, you soon get used to double checking, and I go way ahead in my instructions. I very rarely follow these. I'll go through and think, right, okay, I'll do that part now, then go back and put that part on. So it is worthwhile sitting down, have a good read, looking for where, you know, it says make 12 parts, make 2, make 5, make 2, make 5, swap and change, you want to open or close, because otherwise you'll sit there cleaning parts up and probably find that you don't need them as well. But building looks very, very straightforward. I don't think it's going to take long to build at all. It's quite clear and concise. Sometimes the actual part location can be a little bit vague on Dragon kits as well. So like I say, always, you know, it's always worth bearing in mind. Just have a good look through and a good read. But it does look fairly straightforward. Trying to see if we've got any actual problematic areas. Not really, no. They're actually fairly clear for Dragon instructions. There's no dramas there. Fold it out for the next few steps. To be fair, it all looks fairly straightforward, and I think this would be a nice weekend build. Get it all together. There's the 50 cal going on the turret. Turret's nice and complex. Not the turret, but the actual hatch. Away you go. The main gun is going to be movable as well. Just on a vertical plane, obviously the turret turns itself. And that's it really. So on the back you've got the different units. So you've got the E Company, 34th Armour, 24th Infantry Division, Germany 1959, an unidentified unit from Germany 1959, and again another unidentified unit from Germany 1959. So obviously you're more than likely probably better doing the top one. It depends which one catches your eye. I normally look at decals and think, yeah, I like the look at that one, I'll do that one, rather than thinking it's a specific unit or what have you. So again, you just have a look through, pick which one you want to do, and that's it. So there we go, not the longest review. Looks a nice kit. I'm really looking forward to building this. I hope to build it fairly soon. I'm not sure when. Definitely be this year, he says. But it looks a good kit. The others are due out soon. I will more than likely be adding those to my collection, especially the M103A1. I like the look of that thing. Like I say, it just looks like a really beefed up Sherman. A lot longer, wider, just looks like it's on steroids. So I'll be having a few of these over the time. But there you go, so there's Dragon's Black Label. Have a look yourself. They are due out, this one's due out in May, so over the next month or so. Knowing Dragon, it'll probably get postponed and be a bit longer, but you can get it from the Far East like I did. And it looks a great kit. The only criticisms I've got is a lot of the parts I'm going to get used, but that's part of the course with Dragon kits. You just end up with loads of spares, which are never a problem. And my only criticism was that the 30 cal MGs looked a bit vague, but we're not even going to use them on this, so that's by the by. And again, as you can see, the pictures depict no sag on those tracks. In fact, they're arcing upwards, so those DS tracks should be fine, and shouldn't need any replacements at all. So there we go. Short review, well, 30 minutes long, but quite clear, and nothing too worrying in there at all. So if you're looking for a new heavy tank, Cold War tank kit, take a look at this one. Like I said, I'm looking forward to building it. Looking forward to getting all the rest of the black labels as well. So there we go. So thanks for watching, guys. Paul Pinson, Scale Modeler. I'll catch you guys next time, and I'll see you on the forums.